Wow, Supercars racing was at its very best this round at Winton Motor Raceway for round 6 of the 2018 Supercars Championship. We had an unexpected winner at the time when the team needed it most on the Saturday race, and another new winner added to the winners list on the Sunday race. I'm going to recap it all in the Winton Review. After a wet start on Friday, teams had limited dry track time to get the car set up right for qualifying. The Saturday qualifying had championship contenders spread out, with both DJR Team Penske cars on the front row. Both Red Bull cars struggled where they qualified around the 10. Other championship contenders of Reynolds qualified in the mid-pack, and Lowndes qualified in 24th. So all the championship contenders were spread right across the field on the Saturday race. But the surprise were both Nissans of Rick Kelly and Michael Caruso on the second row for the 40-lap Saturday race. And at the start we had action aplenty, where it was 3 wide into turn 1, where Caruso, Coulthard and Kelly bumped and grinded through turn 1. Lucky to all, they made it through the corner. McLaughlin had a ripper start and gapped the field, but there was chaos in the mid-pack where Reynolds got tangled where Stanaway and LeBrock spun in front of David Reynolds, who had to check up massively. That put him out of phase with the rest of the pack, and then shortly after, off camera, got hit by Simona Di Silvestro, and then Davey spun Hazelwood, causing David Reynolds to get steering damage, which put him out of the race and had to return to the pits, with that being so critical to David Reynolds' championship campaign. The strategies were starting to play out when Caruso from second was the first of the front runners to pit, looking for the undercut on McLaughlin to jump into the lead. McLaughlin and Kelly responded the next lap, but surprisingly the undercut didn't work for Caruso and lost about 2 to 3 seconds on the guys at the front. So the order after the stops were McLaughlin, Kelly, Coulthard and Caruso. We had some guys running longer in the race, which still showed great pace because their tyres weren't degrading so much. Pye went to lap 25 out of 40 to pit, and Van Gisbergen on lap 29 to pit. They both came out right into the battle for fourth and got past Caruso easily, and then Pye and Shane Van Gisbergen got past Coulthard, which put him on the back of Kelly for second. Then to spice things up, we had a late safety car for Tim Blanchard beached at turn 4 because wheel-to-wheel contact with Simona. And with the field bunched up for the restart, we have Pye and Van Gisbergen having much fresher tyres in 3rd and 4th. It was going to be on for the lead at the restart, and at the restart, amazingly, McLaughlin runs wide into turn 1, and Kelly gets up the inside of McLaughlin and dives it up the inside of McLaughlin into turn 3, and Pye slams it down the inside to get into second and pushes McLaughlin wide, and Van Gisbergen goes through on Scotty too. So amazingly, Scott McLaughlin went from 1st to 4th on the restart. So that left Kelly out in front with Pye and Van Gisbergen battling it out for the lead. Kelly had to hold on from Pye and Van Gisbergen, who had fresher tyres. But then Van Gisbergen was much quicker than Pye, and them battling allowed Kelly that breathing room that he needed. Kelly had to put in his best laps of his career and make no mistakes. And after a week of drama when Nissan announced that they were parting ways with Nissan Motorsport, Kelly delivers Nissan's second win since Car of the Future and wins at Winton, and in an emotional victory for the team. Rick Kelly's last win was in Sandown 2011, so it's a long time between drinks for Rick Kelly, and I'm sure all fans enjoyed seeing Nissan win after the disappointing announcement, and to come out like that and deliver a win for Nissan, it was great to see, and you could see how much it meant to the guys. It was great to see, and you could see how much it meant to both the Kelly brothers, who worked so hard to get Nissan to where it's performing now. It's awesome to see a deserving winner. So the results of the Saturday race were Rick Kelly, Scott Pye and Shane Van Gisbergen on the podium. Both DJR Team Penske cars went from the front row to both finishing in 4th and 5th positions, and an excellent drive from Garth Tander, who went from 20th to 8th in 40 laps. We did it all again on Sunday, this time for a 200km, 67 lap race with tyres and a fuel stop. In qualifying we saw basically the same front 2 rows from Saturday, with DJR Team Penske locking out the front row with the same Nissans of Rick Kelly and Caruso on row 2. And at the start McLaughlin bogs it down, nearly stalling the car as he went from pole position to 8th on the opening lap as he got muscled out of the way because of his poor start. Fabian Coulthard led the way as the strategies come into play where cars pitted early, like Scott McLaughlin to get clear air. Corny had some drama in the race where he brushed against LeBrock and that put him wide out into the marbles, and he hit the tyre barrier at turn 2, lucky to get away without any major damage. And then later on in the race, former teammates collided again at Winton, where Courtney spun Garth Tander around, where Courtney copped a 15-second time penalty for that incident. Both Van Gisbergen and Coulthard ran longer in the race before making their final pit stop. It looks like the overcut was the best strategy this round because of the very cold conditions and a fairly grip surface. Tyre wear wasn't a major factor, so running longer where the cars get lighter on fuel made the cars faster than the guys with fresh tyres but heavy fuel loads. So Coulthard led the way from start to finish where he scores his first win of 2018. Shane Van Gisbergen just had to pass Scott McLaughlin after his final stop to get second, and another good points finish for McLaughlin to finish third to make up the Sunday race podium. So the results for the rest of the field were Rick Kelly in 4th and Caruso in 5th for Nissan. Didn't have the pace from Saturday, but a great weekend for Nissan Motorsport in general, and a good race for Richie Sanaway after finishing in 9th. So after every round now, I'm going to rate my top 3 best performers of the round. So my top 3 performers from Winton were Rick Kelly, the best performer of the weekend. Just that drive on Saturday to get past McLaughlin on the safety car restart and then to hold off Pine Shane Van Gisbergen with pressure rubber to deliver a victory when Nissan Motorsport needed the win the most, and it was a great drive from Rick Kelly all weekend. My second best performer was Fabian Coulthard, qualifying in the front row in both races, but to dominate the Sunday race back to Fabian's best form, so well done for Coulthard. And my third best performer of the weekend was Shane Van Gisbergen. Both races he qualified around the 10, not the usual Red Bull qualifying position, and both races with great strategy ran longer and had great race pace to have 2 well-deserving podiums on both races where he didn't qualify to his standard. In the Drivers' Championship, Scott McLaughlin leads, having a 131-point lead over Shane Van Gisbergen in second, and Craig Lowndes has jumped David Reynolds into third after Davey had a difficult round at Winton. In the Teams Championship, Shelby Power Racing is still the team to beat as they hold an 87-point lead over Red Bull Holden Racing Team, with Mobile 1 Boost Mobile Racing still in third position. So that's been my review for Winton. Like and subscribe for more Supercars reviews of the 2018 season as we head to the Northern Territory in Darwin. Until then, have a good one and goodbye.